and a Facebook Live and no a UTV Ghana e won so betimi ahwe yen firi ho wo hwe no na wo share e microphone so ehwe bi ho ma hunu ensam ahodo a e koso enwa ko bia da roma mo so yasene e ma ye de kase boy e ba e this way chocolate drink the ohia yen so share was special ice mineral water there was special drinks best point savings and loans best assurance any best pension a womo any enweku a womo aso yasene ama ye de kase boy e ba na ye hwe de edi mu akotini bie
amampani abedi eche akowiase kubatan enhiemu ase okogina amampani na Addo danko kufu Addo Anim ne no no kire se wiase nyina yempatem no yemfa ebu ma ye ho se ne be ya ema amanfo ntukantumi ka se ombepa adwuma ye ewo kro
ene Ghana mampani na Addo danko kufu Addo eyi Owurare Genevieve Edna Akpalu se ono ena wonko hye enkosi Ghana nemu ewo Japan na eno no oche se esese ohwe ema yonkofo eda aman ni enu ntem no etumi gina ne naso
ansem bi ka we ho medin edi Anim Addo menimi aba
Akosua Sarpong
afi yuranse no na edikan akọ UN Security Council jumadi e course ewo America memne no na amampani abegina chiri na okogina amampani anem ewo jumadi na se na jumadi na se bre so ye se okasa ede ache UN Security Council no kire se ho aye mpatam ni ade no ye ni party a yemfa obuo ema ye ho se na be ya obi nkosuro no nkase otukwan akokro kasim akwa adwuma sanse obekọ no onim de okoye oni de okọ akodi na nso na otukwan se okokrom akwa adwuma
Amansaka mbuku ne fa ehwe bambo so meche UN Security Council hyiemu no ase na Ghana mampanyi abedi akiri yewraba womia edi nsemwe atudwa ebra na wokasa edi ama Ghana mampanyi na Addo danko kufu Addo ebe mfinhia mienu 2 years ni na Ghana yade ye ho ekodom UN Security Council no na enhyiemu no kofa ba ni nyina de ye kwampa ye befa so betu ohiase na asomdwe aba ewa amaman awodu anim na afensu ya hwese bema emra ye adwuma na batetuo dodo no ano abrase.
The humanitarian consequences of the increase in urbanized conflicts on civilian populations are therefore serious and require careful consideration of existing frameworks for the management of urban wars. We therefore welcome the focus that this debate brings to this topic. Wars by nature exact untold suffering, death, and destruction. However, when wars are fought in cities, their impact on populations is even worse. They lead to higher incidence of mortality, destruction of critical life support infrastructure like hospitals, greater numbers of internally displaced persons, and a higher incidence of criminal and sexual exploitation, particularly once such wars are prolonged. This creates further vulnerabilities that are exploited by violent extremist groups to radicalize young people. The issue of poverty, which is an important element in urbanization, would need to be taken cognizance of and addressed. National initiatives would therefore need to be supported to equalize access to economic opportunities in all parts of a country, develop alternate and reinforcing urban communities, and manage the push and pull factors of migration that sometimes lead to unplanned urbanization outcomes and which sometimes create fodder for the intensification of such conflicts.
ene wo abankesie mu Ghana mampanyi na Addo danko kufu Addo eyi Owurare Genevieve Edna Akpalu se ono ena onkosi Ghana nemu ewo Japan man mu eti ono ena sese wababeye ambassador na ohwe Owurare Genevieve Edna Akpalu a ansa na ye babebo ni din se wono na ekwakosi Ghana nemu ewo Japan no na wono ena wo hwe kire se panyina woda missioner eno eye embassy of Ghana na ewo Washington DC wose na owo America man ni mu a wono ena na wo hwe head of chancery no eso saa a free October afempino ni edu enkono enti yebeka ne se wasom se wahunu se de adwuma nani so etie enti sabre ya idie e na yamma no kese no se wonko Japan na wonko enkosi Ghana anemu na abra wo kono e na mampanyi ka che ne se wo kono wonhwe se emfaso ebeba Ghana yen tem yene Japan for no munya emfaso no na Ghana so yen so yenya emfaso a ebeboa ma oman no akọ nanim.
Ya wada wa apiati e wato ye mantimu nam so makru no adane amanfo nti na Minerals Commission aye no say Josidek Logistic Limited yentum kopom ebro be nhwemu awie amuche ma musi adwumaku aniti ewo atoye mantimu yi omo ne de contract no ama musi omo enfa dynamite no enkokyira no entomo ntimi akrakra ne ye nam so mare husem sesiye say enempirifo ekasaye.
This will ensure that you'll be able to do our investigation transparently. 2 of LI 218 date. The Logistics Limited, who has received the prohibition notice, that is stop work order, we prohibit all activities.
Chief Operations Manager Edema Josidek Logistic Limited Abigail Kansi HRS one central for Enkasa and Fansem we husisia.
Ebusia we aye ensem agodwa esi ye ewo apiatia eno eye Minerals Commission womo ekọ adwumakuo na womo so sa dynamite womo enam kwan so ekọ ese ye ka no eye ahyan bi womo adwuma womo ye ene se womo no ebefa sa dynamite no womo de akọ adwumakuo kra wonom ato eno ena nam so ama Minerals Commission ye ka sei womo eche se womo adwuma no womo atum enti womo enye adwuma kopem se wobeye hwehwemu awie afi woye hwehwemu ni wie na emra kwan so de sese womo de fa so no womo de fa so wie a na ebia womo ebebie eno ho asem na yen centrofo edi free atoyemantem mu ebreyen.
Yatwaswara yeko asoye hwe Ghana insu ensem so meche Ghana Water Company no mo chese posube so no mo hwe sika o mo gege ni insu a mo de ko mountain so a montum se insu no ebi nwunu fa baabi na no na ganwe so mo te o mo si krom ekohwe se etese ya na isanse o mo giri se nipa bi aye connection na se o mo fidie no ade a etwe droba insu no efam no enya ade a efam fidie me hu se o cement ana obenten e de kanti ekoje na nnom chese o mo ko mountain so adwumako e from BBC o mo chese o mo kodu connection no adwumako kase pa awo oman Ghana mu ndi omo ye ne se ensu omo di dum dwuma ni nyina enya ade akatwa bi afa ho a ene Ghana Water Company ensa so mu a ono mo ka ensem a ewom.
Ghana Water Company Limited etu anamo Eco Chemicals Company Ghana Limited BBC omo ne ye Leyland Paint no ede emayen omo koye no na adwuma ni baako ede to omo ni mu se ensu omo de ye adwuma no omo atwen ede ekutank mu entinye Water Company fo ensu ni bia na eye na kakra ede ma Ghana Water Company no enu nti no omo fa akire omo kokohwe omo koye a omo hu se adwumako no afakoti kwan so atwen ensu a omo de ye adwuma mu ntua ho ka enti bebo sumi aduasansia 36 months ni omo ntua ensu kada we enam so ama Water Company aye no say yebuka ama won no mo atua
company bi aye frɛ no BBC in fact Chemicals Company Ghana Limited BBC omo no mu produce Leyland Paint na omo ye customers anas omo ye customer omo wo 2 accounts with Ghana Water na edru emre bi no in fact I realize say omo consumption no aye zero consistently into ye non-revenue water team no ye charge wom se omo enko find it out then e Akosua na enkofo no se omo ampa se omo use nsuo nti na omo consumption no ye 00 no ana nti no omo nko enko hwe se then e Akoso na omo koye na omo realize say in fact omo di kan busa question no mo say company na si omo tanker service na omo use but the nkofo no na ye team no omo adwene mu antene omo papa nti omo yɛ some few checks bi ɛna omo hu sɛ no bibi ɛkɔso nti omo ɛba office ɛbɛ frɛ ma yɛ ne police for ɛkɔ company no premises and pass yɛ call yɛ na kyɛ sɛ illegal connection ɛna omo ayɛ a nsuo no omo connect ɛde akɔ omo factory hɔ a kyɛ sɛ ekuli omo systems bi ɛna ebi nso egu tanks bi mu ne adeɛ na enye asem papa kra nti ema ye ba ye be bele wo mo for about 3 years ye call ye data mu no be say 3 years na omo consumption no aye 000 saa nti ye strike average bi na ye de abele wo mo as to see ya billion 206,000 in excess of 206,000 Ghana cedis. Was mutua within 48 hours.
Emrashe bedwafo abo committee bi a womo ebeye nhwehwemu ede afa auditor general ho. Se yenim se auditor general wono ekonwumekuo ahodo mu na afi womo akwakoye nhwehwemu abunkonta se de ebeye a yebehu se nwumekuo no womo hwe tuomo to pepepe na no na emrashe bedwam edom kese ba no dani wonmunyafo se eche mensa bonsu eche se womo nso so abo committee womo gina omaitumi so abo committee a committee no behwe no omayi obi a wono nso de ni behwe auditor general se de n'adwuma ye esi etie na no ana wonmunyafo se eche mensa bonsu e de etu edwa se deputy minority leader wonmunyafo James Cloche Aveji wono na obeye chairman na panyini a obeda sa committee no ano ochire mu se papa waye adwuma na che wawo emrahye bedwam so ache eti adwuma no wote ase ye pa nim ba bi esese wode efa na watimi aye ne yie na eno achiri no onumunyamfo Dr. Stephen Amoa eka ho onumunyamfo Dr. Festus Ewua Kofi ena onumunyamfo Samson Tangongo Chiagia wono saa nipa miensa ene ka ne ho a won beye committee no no ma hwe ayi obi a wono nso ebebo auditor general ho ebra.
I beg to move that this Honorable House constitutes an ad hoc committee composed of the following honorable members to recommend for appointment by Parliament an auditor to audit and report on the accounts of the Office of the Auditor General. Speaker, the following 4 members have been slated. The Honorable James Cloche Aveji, the Honorable Dr. Festus Ewua Kofi, the Honorable Dr. Stephen Amoa, the Honorable Samson Tangumbu Chiragia. Speaker, it is recommended that the Honorable James Cloche Aveji is made the chairman of the committee. The Speaker, this is so because, one, this is an ad hoc committee, and second, that the Honorable James Cloche Aveji is the most senior member and also a member of the leadership who is part of this committee. And it's for that reason that, unlike what obtains in practice, making the majority caucus members the chairperson of any such committee, that agreeably it should be chaired by the Honorable James Cloche Aveji, the Deputy Minority Leader, a long-standing member of the House, and also a member of the leadership, the only member of leadership on this ad hoc committee. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder? Mr. Speaker, I beg to second the motion and to state strongly, as the leader have indicated, that after a careful consideration and consultation with leadership, to allow Parliament, as advised by you, to exercise our mandate under Article 18715 to get this committee constituted for purposes of auditing the Auditor General. So it will be like a police policing the police. With this, Mr. Speaker, it will be chaired by no person than the Honorable Chair of the Public Accounts Committee, long-standing Deputy Leader. I therefore urge members to support the composition of this committee. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Motion moved and seconded.
Yedi kan atwa ho ne akwa akwaja brafo nkrate yedi kan aba yeba yebeto akaseba no so. kwaba bi ye to akasebo no so edi amamu ye to so na ye ko Ghana Revenue Authority dwumadie bi a omati omni company bi a ye from Vision Alternative Development hwe kwan a eje to efa tawa ho mekire tobacco na no ana mo de abeda abonten eche se o my Ghana mu da bia nipa du wotwe na tobacco ekun mo na aka nyina bom afi bia no enipa mpimisia ne hanson na tobacco ekun mo a dwumadie omudi ana mo de sansem we ebededwa.
Anudisem are a free vision for alternative development. Ghana Revenue Authority, any Food and Drugs Authority for Enchain NSA. Debia muno enipa be du watwe ehwero monkwa ewo tobacco anaseta ho ena afimuno nipa be 6700 ena ehwero monkwa ewo Ghana ha sei edifa tobacco anaseta no eho. Maami Mavis down so awo no eye adwuma ewo Food and Drugs Authority cheche nsemu ye ediche UTV.
We ye nhihwemu a 2019 no mo ye ya ehwere se afibia omo nom tobacco anasa mo use tobacco ewo Ghana no afibia nipa be 6700 na ewu efi tobacco ehun yare nsusu ahon so a sankofo ni enya yare ni bi a sankofo enya kokram yare ebi ye diabetes ebi so ye akoma yare ebi so ye tuberculosis we nya ye nsusu so ase wokoso nom tobacco a ebetumi ede amount.
Owura kwabena pawu ekasa ye edema Commissioner General ewo Ghana Revenue Authority. Ochema no say Ghana Revenue Authority etwa eda tobacco suno omba bepejemu edi akosoro na bonkrofo hu amomu nkotompo na nkampesomo ababenom.
Tobacco no bona na se cigarette bono e ma fom enti no obi atimi tobi no. Eno ne yahwe hu se no ene wo se asesa ekwan na ye taxi tobacco no kakra. Even at the ECOWAS level, no, ya hunu sadi, and untino, ye shiam aye meetings bebre, aye shiamu bebre, aye per se de specific size with na ye can once them. Sebia Becca say every pack, and I say pack be a yen charges, and I say every stick yen charges. And he introduce 2 types of excise duty rates, a specific excise duty and ad valorem excise duty, and at the ECOWAS level, no, they are kind of a directive when it say, and say on a tobacco product, no, and say you not less than 50% ad valorem rate also, and what you know, yen some for 2 cents, and 2 cigarette stick biaso, and I say $0.02 of a stick, apart from not less than 50% excise duty rate ad valorem na they to cigarette product biaso no 2 cents US cents and so emfanto cigarette product biaso na ejiditi say the ye say na cigarette ne bo na ebekosoro enya obi a na betimi ato even the obetimi ato kran do na obi no no ebeba fom enti yare a tobacco num de ba and I say cigarette num de ba any hu sunsan so say yempesikansi hospitals yentu amanfo ka ni omunhwe amanfo yare because yare bebre aba and I say obi kura mpa wanya yare bi because of that na busu akura wontimi hwe omni nyina beba fom.
Yenina se yede ani edi akira levy ho nsensem kofa ensem ho eba ye wo mrahye abra na yekodi bronya eno enam so mampanyimfo twe sensen kakra se nyame adom na mrahye bedwafo eba asetena na wo mo asan ede abeto apono so na no ena hwu bokuo bako a wonom ewo omamu a yefre wo mo Justice for Ghana womo ekoye se mrahye bedwafo eba asetena de a wono ate se yebehwe na womo aye ne hwu boso ewo emrahye bedwam na nka yagye atum saa enom se nya de omo bepene enti wonmo a edi animu kopie mu emrahye bedwam na de broni beka se picketing no womo akọ se womo behwe se yenyi ntum levy no owura Bernard Mona wone yensentwerefo William Gentu ene Emmanuel Akole edi nkomo ema womo eka de enti a womo ebaye
pickpocket tax that President Akosua has described as electronic transactions levy is going to impose hardship on us. So much that when you have paid your taxes in these recent times, contractors are going to be affected because contractors are paid through a process they call the gift mix. And so transactions will come through. And so when their money is going, they will pay tax. You, most of you earn your salaries nowadays through electronic transactions. Even as you have been deducted all your taxes, the payee and all the taxes that you have to pay to government. Now when you have to also now take your own money, you are going to pay further. If you have to send transactions to your relatives or relations, your parents who are at home, you have to pay taxes. And if they are going to withdraw the money, they will pay further 1.75%. That is pickpocketing. That is not a tax. And so the government of Ghana is perfecting in its way of stealing from the people of Ghana. And we say that if after all the resources that you have, it is not sufficient for you to deliver development, don't come and be the pickpocket and deny the citizens their place of right. And that is why we are here, to picket before our members of parliament for them to know that the struggles that they have in parliament cannot be considered as just the members of parliament, and that citizens are also opposed to it. And we notified the Ghana Police Service that we are going to occupy parliament on the 25th, 26th, and the 27th. This is not the house of parliament. We say parliament house. Look at where the police have blocked us. So the police have become lawless. They are supposed to maintain order, but they are now maintaining disorder. Because we notified you, we have notified the leadership of parliament that we are coming to occupy Parliament House. And you come and block us, denying us to enter parliament. So this is not what we bargained for. This is not the notification that we sent to the Ghana Police. And I think that is unfortunate. We have started the picketing. Majority of people didn't know that we are starting. Tomorrow we'll continue. We'll continue tomorrow next. And any day that we are informed that there is going to be the e-levy on the order paper, we shall organize ourselves in mass numbers.
Ya to ansem so na ye ko enhyehyɛ a enkramantem de aba kyerɛ obia wo hɔ a na wakrakra mantem na wa my hɔ at operation clean your frontage na ɛno ana dwumadie ko la dade Medina Kwantana a omo kyerɛ sɛ ekuaku ahodo hɔ mo hwɛ na honidie eba na no ana omo de atodua sɛ ombɛboa enkramantem na sa dwumadie omo de eba no ɛbɛyɛ mrɛ ɛde ama dwumadie ampanifo edi anim sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ obia eba ne mantem ate na enkramantem ha ate na efi afri ha.
1st February yesterday mokwa momo bia hu say every 1st February no sama no wuti ufie kra se na na munim ne dada no sama ne be ba ufie ho abehwe se na wudi uhuni ewo ufie be bia woton ade ne ade nyina ti mo amowo he nyina no mo nhwe na mo nye ho adwuma. Yes,
Operation Clean Your Frontage no eba ma honidie afanentuma pefra eno entina Lankwantana Madina Assembly no ene adesio mo Madina Social Welfare ene Madina Zungu akasa kire mo se sanitation officers eyen saman for be hyasie etu apro aye adwuma enti wa ye beba e bechi se efin ewo mantemo anase wanimu no ye be ma wo saman krata na wo hwa ade a wapine ho ensem assembly no eka ye no anye de amfa ma adehie no bi omuchire mu se so mo ankasa ti esigata mu atetimu ne de e yade bia emoa
after me say oh the baba no munyin free is cry we say receipt mo be say on court last year every year me tell sister Ghana o ma be kase bi all of you miska me tell anyway nyina na mo go court I will tell you make me my father dance me na me say me what it for hope na chire ba na me na ba umia vice president and my wife me yire na garden no me ni Cynthia and maybe the moko court my ready and my friend with see my friend about say say my baby no
na wo ka say ene wo be ma wo be samaye no na nka mepsra wo na nka ene enye first time because ye da anajo aduane fo no mu omo ti say 2 o'clock 3 o'clock ye kan sa omo mbuye no mo abehwe no mo adwane se say do mo di aye rough no mo adwane akọ ebi won so mframa bo a na policing bag ni niama no mo no etimi gumu me pa acho na nka na wo di ache ye
wa ha ye aduane no ye hu ba bia ye di nsuo ni beko se wa ye nsufi a wutimi nsuo ni fa nko ofie wutimi nkohwe hu ba bia bi sa kekese gata yi mu eti yesi ande be ye ne se ye ne mpanifo ne beka na gata no so mo ba gina mu so mo gina mu ama ye yi obi se every month bia nipa no ye tue sika se yama no every day was every month was every week yo ni ehun de ba ye fi say ye aduan wa de so mo ka say ye hwe nsuo hu gata ma ye ho be kire ebi mu ta nsuo ni so obale ma anajo no mu sue dompe atrenka se dia ni nyina gum enye nsuo enye we na mu hu yo etumi ye ma na gogomi nyina wom
bi escary so to wan say obi se fiu pa na was or turn jan was so jan cry boy cooked one e won cooked and so and fa no wo hwe bi ejina sesi a pharmacy and na baby ton yogurt ni aboaboa bidie ni agese fa area fo ho eti ade e ni bresem
Lankwantanai Madina Abankra Chipenyi enso kyerɛkyerɛ ensemu sei
February enforcement ahyase na nia efi 1st February ye bɛyɛ no ɛno ɛna assembly na yɛ sɛ yɛ pilot ɛnɛ ɛne sɛ okɔ baby a sɛ bi mfie mu ana sɛ shops enim omo ton ade ne ade business owners ne ade na offices ne ade a ye do ho baby efin wo bia no baby a wo say ye issue notice ye be issue baby a wo say ye ma warning ye be ma baby a wo say ye summon omo for court so ye be ye eno na from 1st of February no ye be ye no full force sessions mo feel say mo area collection in do ho no ye be say mo executives ni be hu assembly no na ni manim ya yan register mo if you say enforcement ni ye ba na be sama de ye be sama e de be sama mo nya bone ne nko ande a emra ne mu bedi nti ye be say mo so mo be ye mo part se na be ye du so ne ye chemo a nya afi na wo kofo obi so mbe pa chew court o de udu a untimi mpa judge chew
Sanso ena adentan assembly no so womo esi montene so womo church romanfo se womo prapra womo fie animu eno eye onumunyafo Daniel Alexander ni noi dumwa ena ono asi mu pampampan ono so echereche nyoma a wonom eye
Abankra Chipenyi ma adehye omo adentan de di animu ne adehye no kasa ye etu omofo ekire se efin ede nyarewa ba eno nti yempra prafin entu fin ase na ye ho ento yenkra wasan ede tu dwabie mu se yakopon eye adoma bosunye besimu e wa afi wese mu no ye di operation clean your frontage no e ba ba ye adwuma enti wo a wonnim a wandi mra so ansiesie o mantemo na emra beche won de wankasa ogegirigi
yankasa se wo hwe a yen niama ye no ema efin atena fa kwa ye wono se ne ehia ne se yen a ye efi no ya na ebeboaboa ye ho aye yen potem ho ama eho aye kama nti odi ejumade bi aba what's your operation clean your frontage na che se obia oti baby no se uwo hwapomo se uwo fie o se uwo ejuma bi o fa kwa wo no wa sedi se ho betel ho be ye kama sanso se wo ben ekwan na ekwan no enye obi ade ye nyina ye ndi nanso se fia wo a wo ton ade no obehu se niama nkrofo a wo ba wo ho no wona woja paper ni niama go ho nti wa sedi se wo be ma omo asesa ana ebe ya wo edwuma se wo de no be ka wo edwuma no ho na wa prapra ho nti operation clean your frontage no we name ho as for quality there we juma we name but we name ho no kopim gata no any kwan na da we name no mfimfin no ni nyina we juma
yenkoje aboafo nkrato emra bio Abusua for mama akwa aba fe ye ko abankesie mu na afi akofa ensem wa na ye kan Orare Genevieve Edna Akpalu Asabrei ye yi ne se wono na enkoye ambassador okosi Ghana nemu ewo Japan mine mu na me ka se mami wasom Ghana mine abra ye de no ekọ Washington DC United States of America no eye October fimpino ni edu enkono ema wono ekohwe machine na ewo ho afei wo mo ehwe ye se ono ebeye head of chancery ewo eho enei ena o chese se de waso se ono ankasa be ambassador eno ena mampanyin ede no akwakopie mu ewo Japan na o ka chense wokoi wonhwe ema oman no eni kan ema no afi yenya mfaso free Japan for no ho ono so eche se wokọ no obeyire ne ho na wabadwuma na aboa oman ni mpuntu.
Japanese government also readily has given its more. She'll come in there as our ambassador to the government and people of Japan. You're an experienced diplomat, a professional diplomat, and I think you're aware of what you are going into. Japan is a very good friend of our country. Has been a very faithful, dependable ally of Ghana ever since the beginning of our independence. But the most important thing is you're there to promote the relations between us and them. I'm very confident that you will be able to do so, how we can bring as much investment into our country as possible to accelerate the development of our economy, the things we need to do to consolidate and grow our democracy, the system of government that we have chosen to live by, and generally to promote goodwill in our relations with Japan and peoples all across the world. The model of development that has brought them to where they are is one that I particularly admire a great deal. And I'm hoping that many of the things that we're doing here in Ghana will have the same impact and result as what has happened to them in Japan.
Japan, as you have said, is a very important friend of Ghana, and it is also a very important country in the world, a powerful country in the world. I'm humbled by this appointment, and I want to assure you that by the grace of God, I'll put all my strength into this work and bring as much benefit to Ghana as I can. I am very confident of your support. Anytime you see me, you have expressed your support for me. The last time we met in Washington, D.C., you were very anxious that I should be on my way. And that gives me the confidence to go and do my work.
Ya transfer no so na ye ko mrahye ne ni kan fanto ya hwefo anim se akansi a ekoso ewo Cameroon no round of 16 na match atim se ni mo odin pa Ivory Coast ene Egypt boy no Semedu okron no eso ye obi anhye bi edi Semedu asaka ho obi anhye bi ekoto atopreko penalties na no ko na wie no Egypt ahye num la Côte d'Ivoire for ahye mu enan ti omo yi omo afrima Egypt ekonanim na o agudemu ensem na ne o mrahye for no kasafa akansi a efi afi 1963 Ghana ede ehu ehiem Yakobi bro ne mprebe adu no eso nanso afi we de akwakoye ensem ababe ya abakwasem da ho se Ghana enkwa akansi ase enkugu na nima sese da eno nti ewo mrahye no edom kuma no mrahye ni owo Sarpong ono eno kasa efa agudi hu ema dom kuma no de to dwa se de akoso ne de ankoye ogidi se coach nye sanso ena ntoto etoto ya ansa se ebobo ye ho akwa akansi na se no eno nso ankoye eno ka ho nti mpanifo nhwe na yensi nkonya na yenka Black Stars hontem na okan no mrahye ebiri no mo de o ma no ensem atumbi okan kwe central mrahye no nabo patikbo ama ekirese Black Stars na be ya yengu no esanse enema ekoso no enye sanso na Ghana agudi nyina no yenhwe mu yi eno etwa mu no so honorable Benson Tongo Baba Tolon MP ono so kirese Ghana ya agudi ho nsem enkoye Black Stars General Assembly ya wagin afini nhwe na gye fi nan kasa kro mo hwe no mo nka bibi emfa nkyerɛ mo sanso enam na hyebedwani a ogyina edom ewo Tano North ono nso eye Minister of State anabo fida prempe enso kyerɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ ne ntwetwe nkomo yie ne nka ho nsɛm yɛ sanse akansi Ghana ma mrantie kosi ye no krani ochese na enso ani kra sanso na osoafo a ohwe agudi mu nsɛm so ankasa honorable Mr. Tafa Yusuf ono so osan ye mrahye bedwani kasa kyerɛ sɛ no krani ye no kre de ne mfamfo ne ka no yampa enya ade a akansi Ghana ekosi ye no ye modembo eso ani.
Mr. Speaker, this is the first time in the history of Ghana the Black Stars exited the first and basic stage of the tournament with just 1 point. Mr. Speaker, the poor performance on the field of play, such as player coordination, infighting, technical deficiencies, and confusion can only be attributed to poor management decisions by the leadership of the FA and government.
They are taking cover from the fact that now FIFA has a rule, the minority leader is here, you correct me, that government cannot interfere in football administration. And our sports administrators are taking cover from that provision. To even select or fire a coach, FIFA will come and interfere. But yet when they are going out, they will ask government for sponsorship and all the bonuses that they require.
They went with the body and left the soul in Ghana. Once Nigeria were camping in Nigeria and moved their people along the team, Cameroon as well, Ghana, our Black Stars were in Qatar. How can this be possible? In the good old days, they trained in Ghana, they carried the people along with them and received massive support anytime they were playing either at home or abroad. So, Mr. Speaker, the call for a probe is well directed.
The day we lost to Comoros, that night, one player flew Pate to go and join his team. So it means, and it tells you a story, that even when he was playing on the pitch, he was just, making sure that he will not hurt himself so that he go and play as if he knew we were going to lose anyway. So we need that commitment in our players.
The Ghanaian people have a right, because if there is any one thing that unites this our great country called Ghana, then, Mr. Speaker, is sports, and in particular football. And that is why I share their disappointment about this AFCON campaign.
My first advice would be that let's show sportsmanship. Let's show sportsmanship. You see, football, you win happiness, you lose happiness. That's what sportsmanship means. So we have to forgive the Black Stars and move forward. We must forgive the Black Stars and move forward. You see, Mr. Speaker, and to my senior, the Honorable Katie Hammer, when your milk pours down, can you take all of it back? You don't cry over spilled milk. So, Mr. Speaker, I think we must endeavor to find a heart of forgiveness for the Black Stars, for its management, and manage the transition. But task the minister and the FA to work to transition the coach, work to transition him. Because between now, you don't want us to blame you if Nigeria beats us or defeats us and say that their jollof was already better than ours. They have added football to it. That will be another trouble for you.
Adehye a wɔn Kojokuma eno eben sechi krom ewo apueye mantam mu. Adehye yi kyerɛ sɛ wɔn a ɛpayabo wɔ hɔ ha wɔn papaapa enam so ama abopai yi nam so wɔn adan wɔn agyapadeɛ bebree na asɛe sɛ yɛ kasɛe ensuo wɔn bɛnom no esan abopai nti wɔn nsuo no ayɛ basa na wɔn ne UTV ɛde nkɔmɔ
yɛ kwen yɛ asɛe yɛkwen yɛ asɛe first ko mu twam na me pa na nsia am ka chwe say amana no kwa so mo nkosi gota no kwa ni mu dia me twe mo fa ka bia fa ho no mo so na mo ba ya mo abese ye kwa no o ka Chinese for no kwaje say as so mu muyen yo sadien yo etimi ba no beton asase no me amako ho e no ma kasa etimi kwam ko to mpani kwa ka chen say oda ya say me du obu sa aba no office na ka ye din kontima bi ene ebo mo so attack ne ye ba ye no kasa no kasa no o ma tiase dansi an kole so mo bobolo kwa no mo di say abo we bi gugugu kwan so masa Chinese ni buye kwase anti sa no be ye dia o mo nya abo ne pai o mo pa so a etimi pa so o mo timi to ede no o ma to kwa no mpa se be 3 bum 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 obe hu na bo ni bitimi jumpo enkole ikusku kwa no ye bu hihye wo mo ezante bo bi hia kwala no a ye ne dai maybe wo feel me say me buy school ube hu na ikwa kwala bi paka say o wo ban egbo wi akobo no ye ne de kapre kwa mo maye kapre mi hu de ye fitim aha no mini ha no ame koko fodu ame yale ame kontu etiempani fo no akoko some papers bi ni ade bi eti wo ba kwa ya me de eti mi du chana fo no ho na pani fo kombe sa papers no ese me sa camp pani fo no na de tam ko jiska na mo me anya kwa wi no bibia ni wa o ka tro ma amobeye o ka so mo nya bibia awonye o ko sisi a bi no timi ba pani fo no bi timi ba ani e bekuta ho se o ya ko ni o ko kan o be we ama o ko am de envelope e be se friends am discover se envelope ma mpanifo no ko am ma biem eti o ha no de e wo yeso saa se be ya ka be da China fo no mo fi onko krom ha mamuwa ne friends am lante e wo ha e we o mo so mo pese o mo ne be adwuma eti krom ani ba kokora ni adwuma na esi wonu mu aho nkwa no masesem no me adwuma yeso no mabaji asase ukọ kasa kwan ebia so de omo ye ntie si kwan kra so bia ye metipa bia nko ye do so si kaka on be ko krom ani be ko akaka ho na wakofa police for aba betata ye wa hasisi a de oni ye wa ha no no enu petutu tu masole se me man dware no mako school enti enyina ya tete ya mu nyina school for nkwa ani bia be gina bi so free a ba kokora de nyame nko a meti wo mi manim se gum na bubaka sie free so na be si manim se gu bi ya mu shiri ka se meti ahwe machimpo na ja nyankopon da wo mam se o suso mi mo ana me kuma ese ama manya kuma yale akura menya hwe ne awo mu se yentum ni kan kwa blofo no wo se asem ko me ba be ye wo yi no ade ne si fam o mo na ba ye e no be tu wo fam wo e kwa blofo no wo mo nya se pepe bi anko bibi ni odi anim oni e ba wo se ye ma 2 million na fam pata me kura say de me kuma ye me ye eni se de mi je me wo de mi ye mpo enti mu ye why na do mo je ne de e prayer nsuo mlante no so sole ani kwa hu na mo ne na nsuo ye nsuo na nka fefefe enkofo firi nsam ne asa funkrom ani ye mu nyina be sa ye nsuo ibi se de nsuo no beka se ye ntimi nsa no mpo sa gbungbungbum na mo ya ne de ni nyina ya de ba ko na ye sra ban se enya de ebetimi ni nkofo se ha ye ho mo sa be pa yo ye wo kro
Anim
Akosua
yo mo ye na nye
ye ha adwene se ombeka but ye nwene wo mo nkwa ho ye bedwene ohoho na oba be ye adwuma no se ye paibo na besi ofie etudi ye mpanimfo na
asam o abusu aye gina sa asam ya ya yiso ne ye de kase ebo no aba na wie ye midi e de Akosua Sarpong mene
Anim Addo
ye free ha de na ye de ni e kire NLA